Hi, we're Electile Dysfunction TV. Thank you so much for clicking on our video. For this content, we went to Chicago for the DNC and interviewed a bunch of folks that are standing in line for the event, asking them some questions about Kamala's policy platform and a bunch of other pressing issues.
This was our first time doing any live streaming outside of a bedroom, basically. So bear with us. There were helicopters flying around, there were people yelling, there were bullhorns, and we spent a lot of time just trying to get things working. So this won't be the best audio quality, but bear with us. I hope you enjoy the video.
Hi, I see your Kamala Brat pins. Can I talk to you about that? What's your favorite song on the album?
You can answer it.
You can take photos, but I don't want to do an interview.
Okay. Well, what if I went ahead and asked what you thought about the $20 billion aid package to Israel anyway? As a veteran, it seems like.
I'm good. Thank you so much.
Have a good time. Excuse me, I see you have a Kamala Brat pin. You want to talk about that? What? The Brat pin, the green. Yeah. Have you listened to what's your favorite song on Brat? You haven't listened to it. You're a fake fan. That's a fake Charlie fan. That shit pisses me off more than anything else. Have you guys heard of Brat? What do you think makes Kamala Brat? Is there anything about her that embodies the ethos of Brat to you? Have you listened to any of the songs on the album? What? Come on.
It's a great album.
Yeah. Do you think genocide of the Palestinian people is Brat or no? No? Okay. No, it's not Brat. That's good. That's good that they can definitively answer. I was getting worried, honestly, for a minute. I see you're wearing a Brat pin. Can you name one song from Brat? You better look it up. These people all wear these Brat pins, but none of them can name me a song. Do you guys know any songs from Brat?
365.
Yay! Which of Kamala's policies resonates most with you as a voter?
Good question. Probably everything.
Compassion, empathy.
Pro-democracy.
So many. What's your favorite policy of hers? Can't think of any.
For housing policy.
Housing policy. What are you most excited to vote for her on? Like what excites you about her policies?
Her policy for children. This push to give women their rights back. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So codifying Roe v. Wade, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a policy. Are you still going to support Kamala if she keeps sending $20 billion weapons packages to Israel?
Honestly, there's not. I got no what?
No answer?
No answer.
Hi, which of Kamala's policies makes you most excited to vote for her?
I say that her economic plan that she just released, particularly the first-time homebuyer dollars, that's like the biggest issue for me is that we're looking to buy a house, make more money than my parents did, and can't buy a house that's less money. I mean, that's less quality than my parents.
Which of Kamala's policies are you most excited to vote for?
The one where Trump loses, honestly, TVA.
The $25,000 subsidy.
The home buyer first time? You're the second person in like 5 minutes to say that.
Yes.
This guy right here in the maroon suit just said that too, so you'd be friends with him. Which of her policies are most exciting to you as a voter?
What's the most important?
Yeah, what's the most important issue for you as a voter?
Get rid of Trump, but also all of these fucking protesters over here.
What do you think about Israel killing 180,000 Palestinians?
What are you listening to?
The Lancet Medical Group and Doctors Without Borders.
You should go. They started it.
Doctors Without Borders started it?
No. The Hamas.
In 1948, when Israel invaded Palestine and displaced 750,000 people?
We've been there centuries before, and we were created before.
Well, I don't believe in that, but I believe in 1948. Wow. Which Kamala policy resonates most with you as a voter? Do you think Kamala should mandate sunscreen for all women waiting in line for the DNC?
Nope. Keep walking.
What's one policy that energizes you to vote for Kamala? No, don't be shy.
I would say all of our policies, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't think there's actually even one specific.
Oh wait, I see you're wearing creators for for Kamala. Are you a creator? Okay. Oh, you're a creator. What do you do?
I'm a Chicago historian.
Really? I love history. That's so cool. What's your favorite historical fun fact about Chicago?
Probably that we invented the skyscraper.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Are you voting for Kamala?
Yes.
What is one policy that makes you most excited to vote for Kamala?
Probably the expansion of the child tax credit.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
But less about that and more about making sure that we don't get rid of the Department of Education.
That is a big one. What do you think about the Biden-Harris administration sending $20 billion in weapons to Israel? Does that disappoint you as a voter?
Yeah, well, I'm a black guy from the south side of Chicago that lives in a marginalized space.
Right.
So there's always things that can be done here before things are done for anyone abroad.
So the money that we give to Israel pays for their health care and education. Do you think that money would be better spent providing those same services for Americans instead?
I don't think that there needs to be an or, right? I think we can help Israel, be dope to Palestine, and be dope to Americans.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Thanks so much. Have a good day. I like your coconut tree shirt.
Thank you.
Did you make it or did you get it somewhere?
I made it.
Hell yeah. What do you think about, what's your favorite Kamala policy? What's going to make you vote for her?
Policy?
Yeah.
I think. I'm trying to think of that.
Sure.
I think that she supports teachers and that she supports education is probably my biggest.
Yeah. Are you a teacher?
I'm not.
Okay.
But I come from a family of teachers.
Nice. Last question because I know you got to go. I see you have a Kamala is Brat pin. Do you
Yes.
think that the Biden-Harris administration's furtherance of the genocide against Palestine is Brat or not Brat?
I don't think it's Brat, but I do think that we have to agree on a ceasefire. And
Right.
that's not going to happen until both sides come to the table.
Do you think Israel needs to get more serious about a ceasefire? Cool. Hi, what's one policy that gets you excited to vote for Kamala? What makes you excited about her policy platform?
I'm excited about gun control.
That's a good question.
Yeah?
Yeah, how about you?
I'm not voting for Kamala in the fall.
What's one that makes you sad?
Was that?
What's one that makes you sad?
It's the continuance of the genocide against the Palestinian people with the aid that we give them to Israel, I should say. Is that a issue for you as a voter, the Palestinian genocide?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah? Is that enough to make you pull your support for Kamala?
It's not, but it is an issue, yeah.
Hi, what's one policy that makes you excited to vote for Kamala? Everything? Even the weapons to Israel? What makes you excited to vote for Kamala if you're voting for her?
I'm from Wisconsin, and having somebody that's really galvanizing for our state is really critical.
Do you think Tim Walz's DUI helped him in Wisconsin? I think it did.
That's a great question.
I'm just playing. What's your favorite Kamala policy position that makes you want to vote?
I'm all for reproductive freedoms.
Okay, cool. What do you think about the Biden-Harris administration sending $20 billion in weapons to Israel last week?
It's an issue I struggle with quite a bit, frankly.
Do you think it's enough of a priority to make you pull your support for her if they continue this genocide?
I think it's up to every person, what their personal priorities are. And, Republicans cherry pick the issues that are important to them.
Right.
And, every person's prerogative is their own.
Well, thanks for your time. I love your earrings and your vibe. Oh, last question. Do you think Kamala's Brat?
I guess.
Can you name a single song from Brat?
365?
365. That's good. That's one. Excuse me.
You doing interviews today?
We sure are. Are you gonna interview me?
Yeah, we can do
Let's do a
back
cross
and forth.
interview. Let's do it.
So, hey, what brings you here today on August 21st, 2024 to Chicago?
I'm interested in pressuring the Democratic Party to adopt more favorable stances on Palestinian liberation, health care, environmental issues, and more.
That sounds well spoken and well rehearsed.
Thank you. What about you?
I'm here to do journalism and to distribute these peaches.
Oh, they look
Check
yummy.
out the peaches.
If I wasn't live, I would totally eat a peach.
Oh, you can eat a peach live. I think your audience would not mind at all.
Well, I think you're right, but not in a way that I want them to not mind.
Tell me about the police presence here this week.
I've been to a lot of protests in my life. I've never seen more cops in my entire life than I have here. I genuinely don't know where they keep coming from. We were just at Union Park a moment ago, and there's a couple hundred cops. There's a police helicopter flying low and slow over us with guns, long guns pointed at the protesters. They seem very insistent on using police force to stamp out any sort of dissent or even the appearance of dissent.
Okay, now it's your turn. Ask me a question.
Are you going to support Kamala Harris in the 2024 presidential election?
Unlikely.
Who are you going to vote for, or are you going to sit out?
I'll be voting for Vermin Supreme.
Vermin Supreme. Okay, cool. Oh, are you with the Vermin Supreme campaign?
I technically work for the campaign, yeah.
Oh, really? So what about Vermin Supreme's policy platform makes you want to vote for him? Teeth?
I like the toothbrushing policy platform, but
what is that? I'm not familiar with it. What's the tooth policy?
Okay, so Vermin's policy platform is mandatory toothbrushing laws, federal funding for time travel research, free ponies for all Americans, and zombie-powered electricity.
I'm fully on board. Would Vermin Supreme respect my First Amendment rights to protest even if I said I don't brush my teeth?
Yes, but as president, his dental police might have something to say.
That's fair, that's fair. Chad, I do brush my teeth. I'm just doing hypotheticals. Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
No bad breath over here.
No
all
bad
good
breath in the Vermin
Brad.
Supreme. Yeah, great breath all around. Thank you so much. I'm going to talk to some more
What's
delegates.
your name again?
I'm Estra. We're on Electile Dysfunction TV.
Excellent. Continue your lobbying.
Thank you. Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
No.
Can I ask you some questions?
Do I look like a Trump supporter?
Well, you have a MAGA hat on.
Oh,
Yeah. Can I ask you some questions?
What's up?
Who are you voting for in the election? If you could tell Kamala Harris one thing, what would you tell her?
I tell her she's a phony and a fraud.
In what way? What makes her a phony?
What makes her a phony is that, do you know how she became? Do you know about her open affair with Willie Brown in San Francisco?
I don't think that's actually true. So
That is true.
for context,
It's a fact.
here, real quick, for context, I don't support Kamala either, but
I
from the
understand.
left.
Yeah.
So what do you think about?
I'm sure you're super left. I know you don't support Kamala because you're not
Right.
even here in line. Because if you supported the Democrats, you'd be here, right?
Right,
So
I'd be
you're not
pro-genocide,
on
so I
my
can't do
side.
that.
So you're definitely a lefty.
What do you think about Israel's continued genocide against the Palestinian people?
I support neither side. I actually support. I actually think Israel are the aggressors. Actually,
They are.
But I support neither side. Where my tax money goes to either side. Fuck Israel and fuck Palestine.
If you were president, what would be the number one policy priority for you?
Border safety.
Okay, what would that mean for you? Like stopping immigration all the way?
The way Ron Paul style border protection.
Ron Paul. Did you vote for Ron Paul in the past?
I would have.
Okay. Interesting. So is Trump
Let me
your?
tell you, see, I'm a very unique one. You thought you were gonna have one.
No,
and catch him in the corner.
it's actually no.
I
I'm not
actually
trying to
voted for
corner
Al
you.
Gore. I actually voted for Al Gore. Barack Obama. I voted for Obama.
Okay.
I didn't vote in 12. I didn't vote in 16.
Okay.
I voted in 2020, and I'm voting in Trump this year.
Who'd you vote for in 2020?
I voted for Trump in 2020.
Okay. What made you get won over by Trump in 2020?
Because they try to keep. I saw what the Democrats were trying to do to my people, my Puerto Rican people, try to keep us in line. The way Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. The same message was said to me because I should be voting a certain way because I'm Puerto Rican. Open up my eyes, big time.
What do you think about JD Vance? Last question. What do you think about JD Vance? Think you should pick someone else?
I'm not gonna. Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah. Why do you like Vivek?
Vivek is our boy. He's straight America first. He's a nationalist, American nationalist, like the way all of us should be.
All right.
I don't think nationalist is not a bad thing. It's not a Nazi thing. It's just a care for your country thing.
Right. Okay. What do you think about the Biden-Harris administration sending $20 billion in weapons to Israel?
What do you think of it?
I think it's pretty abhorrent in that the amount of Palestinian civilians that have been killed is pretty awful, and the Biden administration seems intent on continuing to support Israel, even though they keep committing a genocide.
What happened on October 6th?
It's October 7th, and there was a militants breached the open-air prison that is Gaza and killed a bunch of civilians, which they shouldn't have done. But in 1948, Israel came in and displaced 750,000 Palestinians in the Nakba. Yeah.
With the hostages that they're still holding.
Yeah, the Palestinian hostages? Oh, the Israeli hostages. Hi, what do you think about Kamala Harris and the Joe Biden administration approving $20 billion in additional weapons to Israel? You support it? Do you think that Palestinian lives matter as much or less than Israeli lives? The same? No civilians should be killed. So why should they keep sending weapons to kill the civilians?
They're not killing civilians, they're fighting a war.
They've killed 189,000 civilians. They tried. Israel shut it down. What do you think about the Democrats approving $25 billion in weapons additionally to Israel?
I think it's bad.
What do you think about the Democrats sending $25 billion in additional weapons to Israel? No thoughts? Not cool? All right, there we go. One not cool. What do you think about the Democrats sending an additional $25 billion in weapons to Israel?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Pretty bad? Are you going to support Kamala Harris even if she keeps sending these aid packages to Israel?
I think we can get her to stop.
She thinks they can get her to stop. Interesting tactic. What do you think about Kamala Harris sending $25 billion in weapons to Israel?
I don't think she was the one who did
did it.
Well, Joe did it, and she's in the admin. So what do you think about Joe Biden sending $25 billion to Israel? Or do you think Kamala would have done it if she was the president right now?
I don't know. People got to consider the alternative. Trump wants to flatten the place.
What would flatten the place?
Trump wants to flatten Gaza. So
okay.
you gotta consider the alternative.
We're doing harm reduction. Gotcha. What do you think about the Biden administration sending $25 billion in weapons to Israel?
Actually, I don't know anything about that.
Really? Well, they just sent $25 billion worth of weapons to Israel. What do you think about it now that you know about it?
I'd like to learn more. I'd like to have a conversation with him.
Okay.
What's your thoughts about it?
I think it's pretty horrendous, and I think the Israelis have killed almost 200,000 Palestinians, mostly women and children, who have nowhere to go and are being bombed in Gaza after being starved and having their utilities cut off by the Israeli apartheid state. Do you think Israel's an apartheid state?
Actually, I don't even really know what that means, but what I want to say is I see in you like a real passion to make a difference, and what I feel is that you don't want to just let things be the status quo.
I appreciate that. Are you going to the convention?
Yeah, right now.
Have fun.
Yeah, thanks.
Maybe fatally.
That was the weirdest. Of all the conversations I've had today, that was the weirdest one. What are your thoughts on the Biden admin sending that $25 billion weapons package to Israel? What do you think about the Biden admin sending $25 billion in weapons to Israel? You don't have to comment if you don't want. I'm not gonna. Just curious.
What do you think Donald Trump would do?
Hey, you've got some Turks on the other side of this line right here, right there.
Ooh. Hi, can I ask you some questions about your sign?
Sure.
Great. Tell me a little bit more about your sign.
What about it?
It says no boys allowed.
My language?
Right. I'm just confused because I don't ever see men in women's sports. I see girls and women in women's sports, so I'm confused.
Oh, you didn't watch the Olympics?
No, I did not watch the Olympics, but I heard about what you're talking about, and that was a cis woman, that boxer.
That was a man.
No, she's born as a woman.
That was a man.
She's from Algeria. Do you think Algeria would let someone be trans?
That was a man.
Do you know about Algeria?
Do you know about men and women?
Yeah, I'm well aware.
You were born a woman?
Yeah.
With them feet, them hands, that.
Yeah.
What's your name? Anyway.
You want me to start investigating you too?
I don't care.
Do you think it's a productive?
I'll give you my son's phone number.
I'll
show you my sincerity.
I'm sure your son's hot, but I don't really want to, Do you think it's appropriate use of your time to harass a very small percentage of the population?
Who came over here? You came to me.
She, her. You're holding the sign. I think.
I don't care what he says.
Here, I got a question for you.
What he says.
How many Jewish people are in the whole world?
I don't keep lists of Jewish people, and I think that's probably a good thing.
Well, wait a minute now. You got to be right in the whole subject. Everybody's talking about bad this, bad there. How many Jews do you think there are in the whole world?
Does it matter how many Jews there are in the world?
Shock you.
Okay, what's the number?
There's 15 million in the whole world. There's only 7 million Jews in America.
I don't. What's the point? Like, where are we going?
The point is everybody's picking on the Jews that they're doing all this and they're doing all that, but there's hardly any Jews in the whole world.
Oh, I'm not picking on Jews. I'm picking on the state of Israel. That's different.
Well, it's military stuff.
Well, no, it's a little more than that.
What do you think they should do there then?
In Israel?
Yeah.
I think they should have one democratic state that stops being an apartheid state and lets Palestinians have equal rights.
How about the Palestinians give back all the hostages and call a ceasefire and start over?
What about the Palestinian hostages?
Same thing.
You think Israel should get back the Palestinian prisoners?
Absolutely.
Okay, you think so too. Okay, cool. All right.
I think you got to stop the war somehow. You ain't gonna keep fighting each other like that.
So if you were like in the Oval Office and you could like call the shot, how would you fix it?
Well, I can't because I don't know that business, but Trump will fix it.
Oh, Trump will fix it.
Well,
how will Trump fix it, do you think?
Well, Trump's a powerful, rotten bastard. He'll go in there and say, F you guys, here's the New Deal.
Yeah, I also like when my candidates are rotten bastards. I think that's a really good thing to vote on candidates for.
You know what? When you want someone to run with world leaders, you need to hire the devil himself.
Okay, vote for the devil.
What's done so far to stop all this stuff? Nothing.
No, he keeps giving more weapons to Israel, and I think Trump will give even more weapons to Israel.
I think Trump will go in and make a deal.
Really? So you think Trump would stop giving weapons to Israel?
You had to make a deal and stop it, yeah.
All right, Trump's for an arms embargo.
I know one thing for sure. He either do that or he'll take Iran out in one day, and that'll be the end of the whole party.
Interesting. Okay, I love this. Let me put a pin in this. Do you know any trans people like in real life besides me?
You know, you can get away from me.
Why?
I don't feel like dealing with you.
Oh, are you mad that you brought a sign out to harass me and that I had to talk to you?
You came to me.
You brought a whole sign.
So you are a boy. So
you are in women's places and spaces. So this does apply to you.
Checkmate. You got me. Well, like, what's the point? Like, why spend your Monday night coming out here and holding up this sign? Come on. It just seems a little weird. It just seems a little odd. Seems like you want to bully trans people, but when we talk back to you, you get really upset about it.
You came over here to meet
I'm just curious because you're out here talking about me and my people.
Bothering me.
Right. I'm the one out here with a turf sign.
You came to me.
And?
So who's bullying who, man?
I'm not bullying anyone. I'm asking questions.
Yeah, foolish questions.
Foolish questions? All right. Thank you very much. This is Going in Circles. You've been lovely. Thank you for the content.
Exactly.
Have a safe time. Any thoughts on the demonstrations happening today?
I didn't see it. Sorry.
Oh, no, like these ones, like us right here.
You're very peaceful.
Excuse me, would you like to share any thoughts about the demonstrations happening today?
I'm just glad you're all out here.
Any thoughts?
About what?
About the protests out here today, or about the Democrats funding Israel's war on the Palestinian people?
Oh, I can't judge on that, but everyone has the right to free speech.
Gotcha.
That's simple.
You want to share your thoughts about the demonstrations that you're seeing out here today?
I hadn't seen any yet.
Oh, how about all these people right here? Do you support Kamala sending $25 billion in weapons to Israel?
I support Kamala Harris, period.
Okay, do you think it's a good thing that Israel's killing 180,000 Palestinians, or a bad thing?
I support Kamala in whatever decision she decides to make.
Okay, so you're pro-bombing the kids.
I'm pro-Kamala.
Okay, so pro-Kamala, who is pro-bombing the kids.
Who can change...
Who can change it, and you think she's going to change?
I'm not sure. I haven't followed it that closely, but I think she's been well-versed on it so much so that the types of questions that you're asking are anti-Kamala.
Right.
And as a result of that, I'm not going to be politicalize this conversation.
Okay.
I support Kamala. I have her shirt.
Oh, we got a shirt. Show it to the camera. Hey.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We support it.
All right. Bomb more kids. Hell yeah. All right. Oops. Hi. Any thoughts about the demonstrations you're seeing out here today? You want to share your thoughts?
I haven't really seen too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Kamala Harris sending an additional $25 billion in weapons to Israel? Yeah. Kind of a bummer. Would you pull your support for Kamala over because of her sending those weapons to Israel to kill more Palestinian children?
I don't know.
Not that important. Kind of like, oh, whatever.
It's not that it's not important.
Right.
Okay. I don't want to see anybody die.
Okay.
Because of this, and we do need to figure this out.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't know. There needs to be a peace in the Middle East somehow, and we need to stop all this weapon stuff too. So I don't know.
So you think she should stop giving weapons to Israel?
Something needs to come together here.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts. I appreciate you. Have a good day. Seems like a whole lot of vibes where we should stop violence, but not a whole lot of connecting A to B on their candidate doing the violence. Seems very interesting to me. The kind of cognitive dissonance you need to be a Democrat in 2024, I guess. Okay. Would you like to share your thoughts?
No, it's all great. Everybody should protest.
Do you think the Kamala should endorse an arms embargo and stop sending weapons to Israel?
I think we should stop sending weapons everywhere.
Okay, so total halt of all military, weapons shipments across the globe.
Yeah.
All right, look at that. We found someone we agree with.
They're not that special.
All right, I love that. Look at that. We're finding common ground, chat. Would you like to share your thoughts on the demonstrations? Oh, you're working. What am I doing? You're working. Free Palestine, baby, from the river to the sea. That's what I'm talking about. Palestine will be free. Yes, ma'am. Anyone want to share their thoughts on the demonstrations that are happening today?
From Oaklandish, we're Oaklandish. We love a good protest.
Yeah?
Be heard.
Do you support the Biden-Harris administration sending the additional $25 billion in weapons to Israel? You don't?
I do not. But you know what? Here's where I'm going to stand on that. Okay. There's a genocide happening. I want change. Right now, we've got two options. Do we think Trump's going to do any better?
No, I don't think so.
Protest and make your voice heard. It made a difference. It changed the platform. All these protest people taking it to the street, it's already better than it was before.
They still sent the $30 billion.
They did, but they would have sent more probably. Do you think?
All right. I don't know. You heard it here first. They would have sent more. Well, let her know when you get in there. Let her know for me that we want her to knock it off with that Israel weapons stuff, okay?
Well, we want it. It's more than the Israel weapons stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's a real genocide. genocide. It's
Absolutely.
been a 50, 60-year problem.
Yeah, 75, the Nakba, yeah.
So
yeah, you know your
reflect
history.
on it, right?
Thank you. Thank you for your time. I like your bow tie. Any thoughts on the demonstrations happening outside today? I guess not. Maybe I don't like his bow tie. Maybe it was kind of fucking ugly. Look, this guy stanced up on her, look. I think he's like getting up in her face. Fuck yeah. He'd love to see that. You wanna go by her? Yeah. Alright, I was gonna, alright, fuck. Excuse me, sorry.
This white man came up to me.
She probably wants to talk.
Hi.
That's Max.
Oh, you got me. Oh, you got me. He called me the T-slur. I wish I can't even say it on Twitch. Yeah. He's on FaceTime with somebody. He's having a good time.
Excited to find one in the wild. We're not even allowed to say.
I honestly, genuinely didn't think this guy was gonna have friends, so I'm really surprised to see you. Good on you.
How come I don't have any friends? I have a lot of friends.
How drunk are you on a scale from 1 to 10?
I don't drink.
Oh, so brain damage?
No. Just got a lot of fucking money. So I just do whatever the fuck I want.
Oh, okay. All right.
Out of every high school there ever was.
You say kicked out of every high school there ever was? Elaborate on that. What do you mean?
I only got one credit.
So were you like taking pictures of the kids at the high schools and that's why they kicked you out? Or when you were in high school?
I couldn't listen. I couldn't listen.
Okay.
I was tired in school.
Gotcha. So you got kicked out of every high school because you wouldn't listen, and then now you have a bunch of money. Tell me about how you got from point A to point B there.
I became a carpenter.
Are you union or not?
I was for a long time, but now I'm not.
What do you think about unions?
They're good.
What are you rolling on, and can I get some?
My uncle was the president of Union Chicago for 40 years. Unions are good.
Nice. Okay.
You don't think so?
Oh no, I love unions. I just figured you wouldn't because you were a big Trump guy.
I'm a union carpenter.
All right.
Trump's hired more union workers than anyone you ever met.
But does he pay them?
Sure. Well, not always, but he pays us a lot.
Have you ever told you look like Mr. Clean?
Yeah, you do look like Mr. Clean. Wait, Mr. Clean should not. Okay, wait. Well, or does Mr. Clean look like you? Who came first?
What does he look like?
You look like some fucking guy. I don't know. Sorry, guy. You look like Al Pacino's ugly cousin.
Oh, you look like Al Pacino's ugly cousin.
Al Pacino. Are you sure you're not drunk?
I don't drink.
All right. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching our interesting collection of characters in line for the DNC. We had so much fun doing this for you. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the link that's in one of these corners. Somewhere on the screen to stay connected with us, to follow us on Twitch for our live stream content. We got a lot of great stuff coming up for the election. We got the debates coming up. Thank you so much for being here. Stay tuned.